Ignoring a girl might frequently be advantageous in terms of attracting her. It doesn't help you maintain a connection, build trust, or do any of the other things. But it's a really good method to have a female think about you a lot more than she would otherwise. People have a natural desire for things they can't have. Ignoring a female makes them believe they won't be able to have you, which makes many of them want you even more. Ignoring can make a girl fall in love with you if done carefully and strategically. Unfortunately, it only works for a limited period of time. Regardless, here's how to put it into action. The first step is to make contact. 1 week the entire process must be carried out in a very specific manner, but the first step is relatively simple. Isn't the whole point of neglecting a female to make her miss you? She won't notice you if she doesn't recognize you. So get up close and personal with her. Do you know what it's like to be in that situation? What is it like to get to know someone? Even if I tried, I couldn't put into words how I felt. Here are some pointers. Please introduce yourself. A lot of texting. Spend even more time together. Simply put, I talk a lot. Learn about her personality and interests. Break the barrier between you and her by hugging, holding hands, or putting her head on your shoulder. Whatever you do, avoid becoming overly connected. Step 2 will be difficult, if not impossible, as a result. She'll get used to you and your company once you're pretty close and communicating with each other on a daily basis. Ignoring her won't work unless she'll miss something as a result of your neglect. So give her something to look forward to. She'll probably be mildly to moderately interested in you. You can increase that to intense interest by initiating phase 2. Withdrawal is the second phase. 1 to 2 weeks. This phase becomes horrible if you've screwed around and been attached to the female. However, if you haven't done so, it may be possible. Phase 2 requires you to act as uninterested in this girl as possible without completely losing her attention. She'll break down your defenses and get you connected if you pay her too much attention. She gives up and leaves since she isn't getting enough attention. It all boils down to striking the right balance. That's why I employ what I like to refer to as the 1 in 3 rule. The concept is something along these lines. She sends you 1 text message for every 3 she sends you. If she requests to hang out with you 3 times in a row, be available for 1 of them. When you do meet up with her, say 1 thing for every 3 she says. Have a third of her passion for things. Give her just enough attention to keep her focused on you, but not so much that you become a piece of putty in her hands and she loses interest in you. Then there's phase 3, which is when you finally get your hands on what you desire. Of course, this is assuming that you don't want to be in a healthy relationship. Relapse is the third phase. I'm stumped as to what else to label it. If you've done everything correctly, the girl should be obsessed with you after a week or 2 of strategic disengagement. She might try to keep her calm, but if all goes according to plan, she'll reflexively check her phone, waiting for your text. And then, like a rubber band, you snap back. Return to the beginning of phase 1. Make preparations. Make plans to go out. You'll have her wrapped around your finger if she agrees to go. The day following your date, text her and tell her how much you enjoyed it. Hey, I had a fantastic time. Return to phase 2 after that. Ignore. Perhaps I'm describing it incorrectly, but I've had a lot of success with this strategy. There's one example in particular that I'd like to share. Last year, I was a little bit involved with a girl. This girl was known for playing mind games with guys, f-king with their emotions, and disregarding them with a coldness that bordered on psychopathic. Her demeanor made me apprehensive and almost turned me off, but another part of me saw it as a challenge. So I decided to put her to the test. She may have been able to dole it out, but she certainly wasn't able to take it. One night, we met through common acquaintances and became very close that night. Then I went almost cold turkey and ignored her while stating unequivocally that I was free. She started to degrade her in greater lengths to grab my attention, culminating in her messaging me, "Hey, want to smash?" On the spur of the moment. "I'm on my way down," says the narrator. Then, with a bang, we piped. Ignoring can be harmful, but it can also be beneficial.